Videolog 19, Monday, May 12th, 2014. So you might notice firsthand that I'm in a different place. That's because I am, of course. How obvious, huh? So, the reason being why I've been gone for a little while is, well, yeah, just trying to settle with my new place. So there you have it. The new Batcave. But other than that, I've been trying to come back and check on things, mainly on Guns the Second Duel, or just my music of course, and I guess not much have changed ever since I've been gone for like 2 weeks. But, man, that means I don't really have much to talk about. Let me think then. Oh, right. I've been trying out the new class now, since it's came out, and of course I'm disappointed. I'm just not going to be surprised anymore. Maya's just disappointing me so much. Tumbling for Guns, I guess they were just trying to cater to old generation Guns 1 fans with tumbling again, but just the mechanic in itself, you look at it by itself, it's very flawed. I mean they said they'll give him super armor, but seeing how the super armor works for Max, yeah, it doesn't really work out, because guns that make him flinch will still make him flinch even while he's tumbling. So that renders tumbling obsolete, and just the tumbling move by itself. The input command, or I guess input stacking, I don't know what you want to call it. It's kind of flawed, because sometimes you will only want to tumble once and then move a different direction, but it'll make you tumble twice, either in the same direction or in the other direction that you want to move. Something's wrong with that. But, okay. Other than that, it's just so slow. Like, other games have done tumbling. My main reference, mainly Metal Gear Solid. Snake does a tumbling move to evade things. At the very beginning of his tumbling, he moves really fast, and then at the end he starts to actually tumble, which causes him to slow down. But in Guns the Second Duel, when you tumble, you're moving the same slow rate of speed throughout the entire animation. It kind of looks clunky too, because it's like whoa, whoa, so inconsistent. I do question some of his guns too. Like, the only thing I feel like they've done correctly, if you don't count the rapid shooter, for an obvious reason, is the design of the lever action rifles. I feel like that's in a good spot. That at least is fine. The other things, like the whip and the revolver, of course. I mean, what else other than his tumbling? Those I feel are problematic in itself. With the whip, I mean, yes, I get that at the very tip of the whip, it just hits harder. But that's the only part that makes them flinch, really? I mean, I can understand it'll do less damage at, say, point blank or somewhere in between, but for them to not flinch at all, I mean, look at him. He's got muscles, and I'm pretty sure he also has optimized gears. So, why does he not cause flinch at point blank either? I mean, I think they should make it cause a short flinch. Like, say, the one that the Reaper does for Ivan's, the semi-auto sniper rifle. That should be fine, but it does very little damage and it doesn't cause flinch at all. Very short flinch, that should be the thing that changed. Also, like, what's the point in doing a ground attack if it takes just as long, or actually, it takes longer to perform a single attack with the whip on the ground as opposed to mid-air. You can do, like, you will cast the whip out faster when you attack mid-air as opposed to the ground. Not to mention, you're still moving. And if you do the basic or any of the air attacks, you can cancel the movement by just landing and change direction. Of course, the animation attack itself would still have to play throughout the entire animation, but still, you get to move around while whipping. If say you get to cast the whip faster if you're on the ground, maybe that'll make sense. Or if you could do a scripted combo, that'll make sense too. But Wayne has neither of those. So it makes kneeling on the ground completely useless. I'm just not going to pretend. It's completely useless. There's no point. You're going to be really stupid if you do that. I think those are the main problems of the whip. As for the revolver, I feel like it doesn't do as much damage as it should. Like, okay, headshots. That does a high rate of critical damage, but yes, so do Reyna's pistols. I feel like the pistols do much more damage, and not to mention they're like automatic, quote unquote, meaning you don't have to press repeatedly to fire each bullet, and has a faster fire rate, more ammunition, higher damage. I mean, the only plus side, which does not make sense for a Magnum, or revolver, whatever you want to call it, is that you can reload it faster. I think an ammo clip would be easier to reload than a barrel. But faster all, I think that's a good design for it. It's probably the only good thing I can see about it. So yeah, lots of problems for Wayne. I mean, a whole lot more problems on his release than what Reyna had. I mean, Reyna, she actually had more good designs than bad, unlike Wayne. So maybe I will look into that and actually listen to people that contribute to the game right here. Maybe. I don't know. How about other people, like the people in Europe? Say like people of my clan. They're very dedicated to the game. Angry, Rio, Sumitai, Aistra, Apple. You know, those people. Jusagi. Those people know what they're talking about. Mark Gosi, that's a really important one. He goes into one of the most detailed of what I've known. Everyone else, Angry's the only one that can match up. So, geez, I really do hope they listen once in a while. Last time they listened, they just made things worse because they were hearing out all the wrong people. And Max is still in a deprived state of gameplay. So sad. it makes me wonder why Maya decided to consider this as an official release. They still have much more bugs to fix out. Main one in the top of my head is with while running. Like, are we supposed to be unable to wall run after a certain amount of time we're in midair? They didn't really specify that, but I feel like that's a bug that they need to fix. Not to mention the new character himself. I already mentioned the tumbling input bug and whatnot. It's just not working out. And this lag compensation, that is a real problem. It's not only do we already have input delay, but we have hit detection delay, which also means that unlag can cancel some of your moves, especially those that have mechanics behind it. Say, flinching. You try to do a super armor move, but lag compensation says that you got shot before you actually did it, even though on your screen you obviously have performed the move. And so therefore you warp back to wherever you moved away from, and game over. Just game over. Really problematic. So, I'm sad to see them calling this an official release already. I feel like it's much too soon. It'll just give them a bad rep. Not like they already don't have that already, sad to say. But, come on. Like, this is their second attempt at a game, and they should be doing better. I mean, yes, they have done better in some aspects, but they've done much, much worse in other aspects. Pentavision, you know them for S4 League now, even though others should know them for DJ Max, a rhythm game. A small company that does rhythm games did their very first third-person action hack and slash shooter hybrid game set in the near future so much better than another small company who's had experience with this kind of game and another kind of action game. They should not be making mistakes. How is a company that does rhythm games do better than a company that does action games? Does this make sense to you? I'm trying to say it slowly so you can hear what I'm saying, so you can comprehend, so you can process it through your brain. This should not be happening. You can be a fan, but that does not mean you have to accept their bullshit. You need to question them. You need to hope they improve. You need to contribute for them. Don't spew bullshit. Don't spew lies. And just don't ignore it. We're here to make improvements. Right? I know I am. But others have been against it. It's not working. Let's just face it. Why do you think the player base has gone lower? Because of you fans who do the wrong thing. I thought I didn't have much to talk about, but I did anyways. So, sorry for the rant, but this is how I feel. That's all I gotta say about this for now. Well, I gotta organize my things more. You can see my clothes in the background. So yeah, I'll just get to that. So until then, I'll see you later. Log in.